Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa and I am the Youthful Mama. In today's video I'm going to show you how to get a natural dewy look in winter. We are in the middle of winter here in Sydney, and so I thought this would be the perfect time to do this video. If you're like me and you're constantly out in the cold, then in air conditioning, or you've got a fireplace, all those factors really affect your skin. The environment has everything to do with your skin. It doesn't matter how much water you drink, it doesn't matter how healthy you are, it's just going to happen. So at the moment I use an air conditioner and I use a fireplace depending on what room of the house I'm in, but my skin is looking a bit dry and I've got a couple little red patches on my skin. It looks sensitive but it's not. I want to get back that summer glow, and I'm going to use just cream products today. I'm going to avoid powders. I'm not going to even use eyeshadow, so I'll show you how I get the look of a natural dewy summer look in the middle of winter without powder. Actually, there will be one powder, just a tiny little bit of powder. So keep on watching and I'll show you how to get a natural dewy look in winter. To prime my skin, I'm going to use Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Primer. I'm just going to put that everywhere. I'm not going to use a mattifying primer on my nose, which is what I normally do, because I do sometimes get an oily T-zone. But in winter, everywhere is dry, even my T-zone. I'm now going to spray Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist on my face. It also is really nice to spray it onto a beauty blender. For that extra dewiness. Now I'm going to go in with NARS Sheer Glow Foundation, which is a hydrating foundation. However, I'm not going to use a full amount because I don't want full coverage. I want a little bit of my freckles to appear on my cheeks, just because we're going with a natural look today. And although this is a sheer foundation, it's actually a full coverage foundation. It lasts all day, and I'm going to team that up with an illuminator just to make it a little bit more sheer and more natural. Since my skin is super dry, I'm going to hydrate it even further by putting 1 drop of the Alpha H hydration oil. You can use any facial oil that you want to use. For added hydration, I'm going to get a beauty blender and spray some of the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Spray on the back. And I'm just going to apply that all over the face. However, I'm not going to build coverage. You can use any hydration oil that you want to use, any facial oil. What the facial oil does is it makes your foundation, if it is full coverage foundation or a matte foundation, it makes it look more dewy and more sheer. So if you're not going with a really full coverage look, then you just place 1 or 2 drops in there on the back of your head and mix it around with your foundation, just depending on how you want your foundation to appear. But we want that natural summer dewy look. And since it is winter, we do need to add extra dewiness. This shade is in Syracuse. It is slightly darker for my skin, but that's okay because I'm still going to use a concealer. To conceal, I'm going to use NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Now, sticking with the dewy, creamy kind of vibe that we're going with today, I thought I would stick with the same with concealer. I haven't used this, I don't think, on any of my videos. I do have 2 shades here, and that is because I purchased one a little bit too dark and one a little bit too light, so I'm going to use both shades. And I'm going to go in with the lighter shade now. I'm actually going to use the lighter shade down where I want to highlight, down the center of my nose. I never used to like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealers just because I felt that when you blend it out, it all comes off because it's just so fine. So I've learned to actually leave it on my skin longer. So if you have this product and you don't understand the hype behind it and why everyone loves it so much, just leave it on a little bit longer, let it soak into your skin, and then blend it out. I'm just testing out the lighting here in this room. I'm in a different room to where I normally film, so let me know if you think it's too dark. I was in a completely different place. I was like 2 levels up in the sun last time, and there's a little bit less sun here today. So if it's too dark, just let me know and I won't film here anymore. Okay, so we're not going to set the concealer just yet. We're going to go in now with some blush. I'm going to use the Stila Cream Blush in the shade P&A. If you have my skin tone, this is a really beautiful shade to use. I like to use the shade Lilium on clients with fairer skin. So just patting a little bit of the cream blush. I think I went a little bit backwards. I haven't contoured my skin. You guys know how much I love to contour. So cheeks have a little bit of colour, looking alive. Now we're going to go in and contour the face a little bit. Again, I'm going to use another cream product. This is by Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the contouring wand. I don't want to put too much, just because, as I said, we're going with a really natural look today. So don't want to overdo the makeup. You guys have seen me use this brush many times. It is the Real Techniques buffing brush. For the brows, I'm going to use Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Ebony. So just to continue with the natural look, I'm not going to fill it in too much. I'm just going to fill in the gaps. And keeping with the natural look, I'm now going to go in with Benefit's Gimme Brow, and that is in the shade number 5. Give it that natural brushed look. If you feel like you've got too much on your brush, you can wipe it on the back of your hand. But I like to have a decent amount of product on there. Now, I did mention before that we're going to use cream on as eyeshadow, so we're not going to use any powder. We're going to keep with the cream theme. I'm going to take Charlotte Tilbury's contour wand again, and we're going to use that as eyeshadow. So I did mention before that I wouldn't be using eyeshadow, we're going to use a cream base. And just because I want that natural look today, I'm going to stick with just the one shade. So I'm using the concealer, the Zoeva brush, which is a concealer buffing brush, the one that I would normally use around my nose. And I'm just going to create like a shadow just where my crease is, and then buff it out a little bit higher. The reason why I like using a cream bronzer or a contour wand or contour cream as an eyeshadow is because it just kind of looks like your own skin. So it kind of looks a little bit glamorous without looking like you've got lots of makeup on. As soon as you put a lot of eyeshadow on, straight away you look like done up, like you've got lots of makeup on. So we're looking very dewy and summery at the moment. I'm now going to go in with a tiny little bit of the illuminator in the corner of my eye. And I'm just applying that with a concealer brush. To highlight my skin, I'm now going to use London Iconic Illuminating Drops. So I'm going to place a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm just placing that now above my blush on my cheekbones, and I'm taking that up. You can use as much or as little as you like. I literally just put one drop on the back of my hand. And I'm just blending that out with my finger, just because I feel like that is the most natural way to do it. Looking nice and dewy. Now I did say that I would use a tiny little bit of powder, and I'm going to go in now with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. I am the shade medium, which is number 2. I'm going to use a Real Techniques setting brush. This is quite small for a setting brush, and the reason why I'm using this particular brush today is because I just want to get right in here and go across and down like an L shape. I'm going to avoid my blush and my cheek. When you are using the setting brush, to avoid ruining all the dewiness, just touch the powder and then tap the excess off. So if you have dark circles under your eyes, you can go in with a translucent powder, but I'm using something with a bit of colour in it, just because I don't have really dark eyes, like circles under my eyes. Next, I'm going to go in with MAC Lash Primer on my bottom lashes, because you guys know I have eyelash extensions on my upper lashes, and I just want them to match, so I'm going to make them look extra thick. Next, I'm going to go in with L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, and it comes with a really thin kind of wand like that, very different to the usual. And I'm just going to put that on where I have put primer. Looking very dewy for summer in the middle of winter. Now to finish off this dewy look, I'm going to hydrate my skin one more time. This is Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 primer, so it preps, primes and sets your makeup, and I simply just love the smell of it. I could just spray it purely just for the smell. So beautiful. Now I'm going to go in with Dior Lip Maximizer. I love this lip gloss because it lasts for so long. Just going to put that all over my lips. So looking very dewy but natural. And to add that beautiful summer glow that I love, I'm going to use London Iconic Prep Set and Glow. So it is a setting. So that's it. That is my complete natural dewy look in the middle of winter. I hope you guys like it. I did use a lot of dewy products and a lot of illuminators. Obviously you don't need to use that much, but some of you may take away one product or two ideas from the video and use it yourself, and if you do, I'm glad you do. I'm glad you've learnt something. And some of you might be like me and be a complete makeup junkie and want to use all the products I use today. Some people live for this glow, and I'm one of them. I like to go really glowy, and I usually like to go really glamorous as well. But I don't like that cakey look. I love the dewy look just because it makes you look younger. So it is quite natural in terms of it's not cakey, and it just looks, I think it's the highlighter that kind of makes it look more glamorous and not natural. But I'm still calling it my natural dewy makeup look in the middle of winter. So not bad considering how dry my skin is. You wouldn't think so. Anyone would just think, oh, you've got really healthy, shiny, glowing, radiant skin. Little do they know how dry it really is. So anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to press the thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. And just comment below if you have any questions or if you just want to talk to me about this look. I am going to do another video on my favourite winter products. So my favourite must-have winter makeup and skincare, because I just think you guys should know before winter actually ends. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.